journey. And when a journey is complete, like this, and when you see the years that we lived on this planet, console yourself with one thought, and one thought only, that he came, he served, and like everybody else, it's time for him to go. Yes, my dear brothers, this COVID is another instrument in our Kali Yuga. But we are reminded, in the Virabhaka Vasantra, we are reminded on how Kali Yuga will play its way out. And then we've got this, and it is what an international status. It's not just your here. We are. I want us, yes, I know, easier said than done. But I want us to celebrate ourselves. Celebrate. Because when you're celebrating, the positive vibration will give necessary energy to travel to the locum and beyond, to go and become one with Paramatma. So, as I repeat, it's easier said than done. But we must not throw caution to the wind on how to handle this situation. We feel like how I felt for my mom when my dad passed on. And my mom is still around, 95, but the senses are not there to understand certain things. But we here, standing around here, can understand that is happening to us. And we have to be cautious about it. Let us not question God, because we're all certified when born, the body and the soul together makes you somebody. Yamaraj and somebody, the spirit and the body. The honorable thing, learning, the soul, the body to the five वासुदेवाय नमो ओम सर्वमिति वासुदेवाय नमो ओम वासुदेवाय नमो ओम नमो भगवती हरि हरि वासुदेवाय नमो ओम नारायण नमो ओम सर्वमिति नारायण नमो ओम नारायण नमो ओम नमो भगवती हरि हरि वासुदेवाय नमो ओम कार्तिकाय नमो ओम सर्वमिति कार्तिकाय नमो ओम
good afternoon, family and friends. Namaskaram, the greeting family and friends on this very sad day as we gather to bid farewell to my dear father-in-law, Mr. TC Naidu, and Dad, Thatyah, Uncle TC, friend, or whatever you would have called it. He leaves behind his wonderful doting wife, Coopoosamy, who cannot be here also with us, and many of you know the reasons. His 4 children, Amsha, Premi, Anand, and Kanta. So 3 are here, and Kanta is at home with Mom. Their spouses, that's the children's spouses, Robin, Megan, Cheryl, Selwyn, 8 grandchildren, Sashika, Paroshan, Jusania, Haven, Myron, Andres, Thatyah, and Tiara. And Tiara is also her mom and my own mom. And of course, all the spouses married into the family, Vishen, Krishania, Dean, Sanya, Sharonda, and Shed. And my father-in-law leaves behind 4 great-grandchildren, Ken, Ena, Arush, and Sharia. I want to just quickly remind you that we are in a very difficult phase of our lives. It's a challenge due to the scary and highly infectious COVID pandemic and all the protocols we have to abide by. We also need to know that funerals are regarded as potential hotspots, so it's to you to keep your mask on 100% of the time, to protect yourselves and those around you, to keep a few meters away from people. Try not to stand next to somebody you don't know who is not in your bubble. Do not shake hands, hug or kiss anyone. Sanitize all the time and do not touch anything, including your face. You are aware that my father-in-law passed away due to COVID, so we appeal to you to follow your protocols for your own sake. I also very sincerely thank you for making the effort and sacrifice to come to this gathering to say your farewells to Dan and TCN. If you are uncomfortable, feeling insecure because of all these comorbidities, you may view and leave, or stand as far away as possible and when you get a chance to come and leave. Right? My father-in-law passed away at St. Augustine Hospital on Saturday, 25th of July, 2021, around 10 to 7 at the age of 90 years and 3 months. This is a very sad day, or sad occasion, and we all hoped that he would become a proud centurion. Unfortunately, COVID has had other plans for him, and we are disappointed that our family was robbed of this dream with him. I'm now going to, the service group has already done a small, a budget, and we haven't done really an opening prayer. Is that part of the prayer? Sorry, my apologies, I didn't ask you guys. No. So I'm going to call the priest to do an opening prayer. All right, so we know why we're here. And, priest, you can come forward. You want the mic?
Namaskar. Namaste, Vanakkam, Shukya. As Robin said, a sad day. It's also a learning curve for us, brothers and sisters. In this trying time, and all the times before, we never learned to prepare ourselves for daylight. All of us have experienced this kind of day in our lives. But because of attachment, we don't prepare ourselves for a day like that. And then we take this kind of day to talk about what we should do. that being blessed with birth, we should prepare ourselves for death. But in between those 2 days, there's a whole lot that we have to do. We are committed, we should be committed to serve. And in that serving, we can then be pleased with ourselves that we're working towards having the soul go back to where it came from. That Atma to make its way to the astral plane to join its Paramatma. What do we do today? Today, we celebrate Uncle TC. Robin said, 90 years and 3 months. What a credible journey that would have been. And I'm hearing people talk about him. And yes, our Andhra people have lost one more. So we one less in our language. But let us, while we got the chance, join hands in prayer that has really helped to return the body to the 5 elements that it came from. That we also have that soul to make its journey. I hope all of you will join us.
Now have a number of messages, a number of speeches, but time is short. So I'm going to call one of the science Alan is here, and Alan will talk about social.
young super dad, a father and a community leader like no other, an activist in his own right who focused on the things that matter the most, family and community, and always ensured that his wife and children had everything to enable them to be successful individuals. It is said that a boy becomes a man only when his father passes on. But today, I prefer to still remain a boy. He's the only person I know that could make friends so easily. He spoke to everyone, young or old, and made every single person he interacted with feel so special. You could have a conversation about anything, sports, culture, music, politics, etc. An avid reader who always read the newspaper cover to cover. He had a zest for life and always brought out a smile in everybody. He was an extremely progressive man, the biggest proponent of change and embracing the technological advancements, where he took his department from being totally paper-based to being computerized. He's got his own email address and was fully computer literate. His mantra was always, do good and be good. A legend and a stalwart, a generous father to not only me and my siblings, but to all his nieces and nephews who still call him Dad to this day. He loved his family and his extended family so much that he would do anything to ensure that they are happy and comfortable. He had a passion for traveling and is a great travel companion, and always came to take on some of the most challenging adventures. Like the Simpsons ride in Universal Studios in the US at 84 years old, which he thoroughly enjoyed. I'm glad that he had the opportunity to visit all the countries and places he wished for and was ever so grateful and generous to all his travel companions. As a family, we were always concerned about his health, being diabetic, having a pacemaker, etc. The funny thing is that he was always worried about my health. He would say to me, Anand, I love you, Anand. Please look after your health. And I would reply, I love you, Dad. I'm fine. I'm worried about your health. And that conversation would go on for a few minutes. What I wouldn't do today just to listen to his sweet voice again. An astute, intelligent, progressive, wise gentleman that gave so graciously without any expectations. More so that he welcomed and entertained everyone that visited his home. I think he was his own role model. He never wanted to be like anyone else, but be the best version of himself, and he truly succeeded in doing that. On Saturday evening, our perfect family was shattered by this tragic news. But I take solace in the fact that he enjoyed every bit of his life, from his early days of Maidstone Barracks, soccer and the cricket clubs, to his band, the Vinoda Ranjani Orchestra, to being a husband, a father, a father-in-law, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, an uncle, and a community leader. A cultural leader and many more. He lived a truly balanced life with integrity, always caring and sharing, and being ever so proud of all the achievements of his family, friends, and the community. In April, when he turned 90, we celebrated his birthday in Pennington. He was so happy and excited about his party and enjoyed every bit of it, dancing the night away. Young at heart, a true inspirational, generous leader that loved life, family, and the community. We are truly blessed to have him in our lives and instilling only the best values in us, and we will endeavor to walk in his footsteps for the rest of ours. We sincerely appreciate all the messages of condolences from family and friends, and we thank you for being there for him. I will miss you dearly, Dad, and I will forever love you and appreciate you.
Thank you, Alex. It was very, very moving speech. I just wanted to also just mention that Thatyah enjoyed very good health until around 1976. From 76 to 2018, he lived with diabetes, just like me and many other people around us. His health has not been a challenge for him because he manages diabetes very well. Exercise by walking daily and leading a very active life. His doting and caring wife, Coopoosamy, my mother-in-law, and his 4 children provided him with great support and joy in his life. He lived a full and exciting life as a soccerite, a cricketer, a musician, a welfare worker, a religious man, and a Thatyah Andhra. He was proud of his Telugu heritage, his culture, and he loved his community. His contributions are and will be clearly evident as you hear tributes to him. I have a speaker amongst me, but he sent me a message. I don't know if he wants me to read it. His very good friend Paddy. And Uncle Paddy, if you are up to it, I think you should read your message.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Friends and family, before I present the tribute, I'd like to express our deepest condolences and sympathies to the family of Mr. TC Naidu, to Ruku and the children. We were neighbors in Chettishill for 20 years. And prior to that, we lived diagonally across each other about 60 or 70 meters from the time I was born to about 1973. And that's when we moved to Watsonia. That's when we moved to Chettishill. From Chettishill I moved to Watsonia, and TC moved to his residence in Chelmsford Heights. At all times, we were excellent friends. And part of our friendship, we became close relatives. So this is what I had written. We are all saddened by the passing away of Coopoosamy Naidu, fondly known as TC. TC was born in Maidstone, but TC would always say, I was born in Maidstone Barracks, and I am a barracks boy. That's what TC is. Simple, humble, unassuming. TC was proud of his ancestry and where he was born. Humility was his hallmark. Later, TC assumed the role of sports administrator for Maidstone. Whilst always a family man, he extended his volunteerism, playing a prominent role with FOSA, Friends of the Sikh Association, and the Tonga Child and Family Welfare Society, and his own community wherever he lived. TC, as was mentioned earlier on, was proud of his birthright, the Telugu language, and played a pivotal role whilst a member of the Telugu community. TC played a prominent role in the field of sport, especially soccer and cricket. He played cricket for Maidstone Cricket Club and soccer for Maidstone Football Club. In both these fields, he displayed his talents as an ideal sportsman and always played the games fairly. The peak of his sporting career was participating in the memorable match between Maidstone and Daffodils Football Club in the famous Gold Cup. As a proud member of Maidstone, TC was elected as chairman of the Maidstone Golden Jubilee celebrations. As chairman, TC facilitated a series of memorable events where he brought together the people of Maidstone to celebrate this joyful moment. He will always be remembered for his role in these celebratory moments. TC served as a member of the Buffelsdale Secondary School Education Committee and made tangible contributions to the overall development of the school. He will always be remembered for his service to humanity and his love and concern for the many friends he associated with, especially the people of Maidstone Barracks. Our deepest sympathies go to his wife Ruku and his children Amsha, Pregi, Anand and Kanta, and to all family members. May his soul rest in peace from the people of Maidstone Barracks, for myself, Tanga, and my wife, Yana Patiachi. Go well, TC. Go well, my friend.
Really good remembrance of TC, as we know, and okay, I have also another speaker, and that is Andres, Dr. Andres Naidu. Thatyah, as we call him, was so proud of Andres and his achievements, so Andres will speak on behalf of all the clans.
Namaskaram to the family and friends present here today. I've been asked to say a few words on behalf of the grandchildren about Thatyah. It is such an honor and privilege to be a part of Thatyah's legacy, and I hope that I can make it through this speech, but please forgive me if I don't. I must have rewritten the speech over 10 times because honestly, I did not know how to start. Where do you start to honor such a remarkable person like Thatyah? Growing up in Gauteng, Ma and Thatyah used to visit us twice a year, and we used to mark the days on our calendars months in advance. In preparation of their arrival, I used to get my joke book ready, I used to brush up on my magic skills, pull out the Scrabble, and perhaps even fake a sick day or two just to spend more time with them. Thatyah knew exactly what we enjoyed doing, and he made sure that there was always fun and laughter when he was around. And I think that's why it's so hard to talk about him. He connected with each person in a different way. When Thatyah spoke to you, you had his full attention. And in that moment, you were the most important thing and only thing that mattered to him in the whole world. He gave us the greatest gift of all, his time. And that's why each one of us holds such amazing, special memories of him. He loved his family. He really loved his family. He always made sure that everyone knew how much he loved them and how proud he was of them. We loved you, Thatyah, as a grandfather and as a friend. We always teased you about who your favorite grandchild was, but we know that you love each one of us in your own way. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving the in-laws just as much. I've never met anyone in my life that loved life as much as Thatyah. He lived every single day to the fullest. Thatyah conquered life on so many levels. He traveled throughout the world and brought back and shared so many of his experiences. He devoted his time to the temple and was a pillar of strength in the community he served. All of his friends and family absolutely adored him, and we have nothing but great memories of our Thatyah. We all knew how special he was to each one of us. He encouraged us to study, to keep healthy, to give back, but most importantly, to live a happy and fulfilling life. And he was the perfect example that all of this can be done in just one lifetime. Even at the age of 90, he was computer savvy. booking plane tickets, sending us emails, and recently he even asked us to set up a Facebook profile for him. Life will never be the same without your witty jokes, the story about your life, and that obligatory question on whether we knew Ellis Brown coffee whenever anyone mentioned anything about coffee. You fought incredibly hard through the last 3 years. They were not easy for you, but your strength and determination got you to 90, and the memories we've created with you will live in our hearts forever. A man like Thatyah deserves far greater send-off than what we are giving him today. The only comfort I have is that we were able to celebrate his life with him one last time while he was alive. His 90th birthday celebration was an unforgettable experience. His undying spirit made sure that he was fit and healthy enough to spend one last weekend with his family. He was so excited. He had a permanent smile on his face the entire weekend, and he loved every second of it. He reminisced over the days he stayed in Maidstone Barracks, his first job, his career, all the places he's traveled to, and all the things he's accomplished. But he said time and time again that his greatest accomplishment are his kids, their family, and his life with Ma. His marriage with Ma is more than just a fairy tale. They were best friends, and their love and communication was beyond words. The life that they shared together is one that I can only dream of. Ma told us a story of how he would sleep so peacefully next to her, and she wouldn't wake him up. Then at 9 o'clock he would wake up and ask, why didn't she wake him up? And she would say, you're having your beauty sleep, how can I wake you? They still bantered like teenagers, but loved each other like an old married couple. In the end, you came back home to spend one last night to say goodbye to your family. Thatyah, you call your family your legacy. We promise to continue your legacy with the same love, respect, dedication, and humor as you have done. Thatyah always said, reach for the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. And it's never been more true, because now, when we reach for the stars, we'll be reaching for you. We love you. Thank you.
always thought my dad was invincible, and because he had overcome so many health obstacles in his life, I was convinced that he would beat this too and bounce back, like he always did. Dad, you made us leave home, and we therefore didn't have a plan B. You didn't prepare us for this. We are really not ready to say goodbye. Thank you for everything that you did for all of us. You are our inspiration and always motivated us to be the best we could be. You gave us the best education and the best opportunities, and we wanted for nothing. You didn't need to say how much you loved us, because you showed us how loved we were. My dad led by example and lived his philosophy of be good and do good, and always encouraged us to do the same. His charity work is legendary. His cultural and religious involvement was worthy of emulation. I was so touched when he told me that for his 60th wedding anniversary, he donated 60,000 rand to his favorite charity. He was a man well ahead of his years and was very progressive in his thoughts and deeds. My dad loved the internet, and it was one of the biggest crises in his life when his internet or Wi-Fi was down, phoning us all frantically to sort it out ASAP. As Andreas mentioned, last year he even asked us to make a Facebook profile for him so he could listen to bhajans and music that was being live streamed during the pandemic. He especially loved his Andhra culture and his Telugu music. My dad was the happiest when he was traveling. We enjoyed the most exciting and adventurous holidays together. In fact, he was one of the most widely traveled people in our family, from the temples of India to the red light district of Amsterdam, from the roller coaster rides in Disneyland to the luxury cruises in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. He did it all, and he loved it all. He lived his best life. He was my personal cheerleader and always encouraged me to run another Comrades Marathon, climb higher than Table Mountain, and achieve more than my master's degree. He was always so proud of my achievements, and he couldn't stop boasting about them and our achievements, sometimes much to our embarrassment. I'm really going to miss his regular phone calls, and the only reason I had a landline was so that we could keep in touch, and we enjoyed long chats about everything and anything. He loved our grandchildren and wanted daily updates on each one of them. He'd ask how many runs Kian made in his cricket match, and inquired about Ina's ballet lessons, and was always amazed at how well Arush spoke. And when he held Sharia in his arms for the first time, you could see he was the proudest great-grandfather. Family was everything to him, and the celebration of his 90th birthday in Pennington was the ultimate climax for him. His dream was realized. My dad was a people's person, and everyone who knew him has memories of how he touched their lives in a unique and special way. The world is a poorer place without you, Dad, and I don't know how and when this huge void you left will be filled. We will always love you and cherish the wonderful memories and legacy you left in each one of us. We thank you for taking such good care of Ma, and we all want to be like the magical couple you two were. Go well, Dad, till we meet again. May your soul rest in eternal peace. Love you always, Hausha.
Thank you, Sashika. Thanks, Hausha, for moving tribute. In 2018, Thatyah was put on dialysis treatment 2 times a week. This ensured that he was able to enjoy a new lease of life. There was a clear evidence of this improvement because he traveled to Bali in 2019 for Myron's wedding. He enjoyed a beautiful holiday. Many of you know that he has traveled a lot, to New Zealand twice, India, Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia, Mauritius, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, France, Germany, Monaco, USA, Caribbean, Dubai, Canary Islands, Morocco, Egypt, Malta, Greece, Gibraltar, Mediterranean cruise, Caribbean cruise, and the Portuguese island, in addition to local holidays to Victoria Falls, Namibia, and Swaziland with some of his teacher friends and other buddies in Tonga. So he has had a beautiful life in terms of what he was able to do. I have a tribute from New Zealand. Some of you may know my uncle BC, who was married to my auntie Sibi, who is Rupu's, my father-in-law's wife's sister, and they are in New Zealand. So he sent a tribute. Please bear with me. And some of these messages are long, so I'm going to go a little quickly. Dearest family and friends, it is indeed a very sad day for all of us as we assemble here and in our homes under protocol, COVID protocol, to pay our last respects to a very special, stately, respected and loved member of our family. The late TC Naidu, popularly known as TC Naidu, passed away suddenly after a very short illness. He was not only an influential member of the family, but a pillar of strength to the larger MV Naidu family. That is the family to which my mother-in-law belongs. He was their father, mentor, advisor, and caregiver to the many family members who sought his advice. He was a very likable, fun-loving, caring, and interested member of the family. He took responsibility for finding accommodation, caring, supporting, and encouraging them at all times, at the best of times and the worst of times. He celebrated success and shared their joy whenever there was an opportunity, such as the passing of an exam, gaining a promotion, buying a house, or even moving to another country or province. He has made significant contributions to the local community and had devoted most of his years with the Tonga child welfare, senior citizens, and the wider Andhra community. He used to be an active member of the Tonga Andhra Sabha and community, and this community will miss him dearly for his tireless commitment in promoting the Telugu language and customs. He was very proud Andhra. TC lived a full and rich life. He had a zest for life, and if it wasn't for COVID, I think he would have traveled the world all over again to experience new places and new challenges. Today we celebrate his life and thank him for his warmth, love and stately presence over the last 90 years. Our trip to South Africa will never be the same again. We thank him for his many visits to New Zealand, and while he visited there, he made many friends in New Zealand. It is sad and unfortunate we cannot be there to support, well, he says him, during these difficult and challenging times. My namaskarams to you and pray that you will be a guardian angel for our love and soulmate Ruku, your children Amsha, Pragi, Kanta, and Anand, and all the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We ask the Lord Venkateshwara to receive this humble soul and grant that his family gains the required support. This is from Sibi, VC, Kamni, Chris, Sanusha, Yuvania, Jeremy, family, and friends from Auckland, also from the Auckland Andhra Mahasabha. I'm trying to go through a little quickly, so I'm going to do another one immediately. We would now also like to inform those people who are watching all over the world that we have seen all your messages, and we thank you dearly for all your messages and your support, and we will pass on everything to the family. Tonga Child and Family Welfare Society. It is with the deepest sadness that we hear of the passing of our great TC Naidu. We recall our last visit to you when you were very unwell and fought with great courage. You were a great fighter. The community of Tonga has lost a true legend. His unselfish involvement from the early days in Maidstone in sport, religion and culture will forever be spoken of. For us in welfare, his magnanimous contribution will always be remembered as a board member and a dedicated volunteer during our early charity fairs. He was truly an inspiration to the many young board members and the hundreds of volunteers. His hard work and dedication to the underprivileged was a key motivation to many volunteers. He led by example. On behalf of the patrons, board of management staff and volunteers of Tonga Child Welfare Society, we extend our sincere condolences to the Naidu family. We pray that the Almighty will grant you the strength and courage at this time of grief to deal with your irreparable loss, and that his soul will reach safely to his resting place. May his soul rest in peace. Signed by Clive Naidu, Secretary of Tonga Child Welfare. We have one from his, when I say his temple, my father-in-law, Thatyah, as we call him, in the last maybe 10, 20 years, put in a lot of time and effort into his religious work, and especially with the Chinna Tirupati Venkateshwara Devasthanam. And they have sent a very long message, but I think I'm going to read about 2 paragraphs from there, if you all don't mind, right? They say, he was the last of the pioneers of CTVT. He held the position of trustee. Mr. Naidu was strong-willed and stood his ground of what he believed in. We will miss his contributions. He kept the flag flying and ensured the Monday satsang continued till the start of the break lockdown. We hope that there is someone else who will pick up that baton going forward. And they say that they're going to miss him, they respect him in the community. He's always spoke to all of them with pride about his family. So they said, rest in peace, TC. You have done your share and rest well, my friend. This is signed by Bala Mudli, the chairman of the CTVD. Right? We are coming close to the end of the speech. I think I have one more maybe that I didn't do. And is that correct? What about that? Is that the last one? What's this one? No, I'll read this. Okay, this is his contribution to the Andhra Mahasabha. So I think I have to do this because we have members of the Andhra Mahasabha here also rendering service today. Members of the bereaved family, Auntie Ruku, and children and grandchildren. Today is a sad day for all of us as we pay our respects to late Uncle TC. Not so long ago, he celebrated his 90th, and he told me that he is aiming for 100. Right? That is how positive he was. Over and above that, he assumed and played, over and above the many roles he assumed and played in his family and in the community of Tonga, he makes special time to promote the Telugu language, culture of our festivals and celebrations. He was a proud Andhra, and he was also a founding member. He launched the Andhra Mahasabha in Tonga. As many people, including the chairman of General Secretary of AMSA said, TC was a pioneering member of Tonga Andhra Mahasabha. Over and above his admin duties, he participated in Eisterford, Diwali celebrations, temple duties, Kavadi prayers. He was a jack of all trades. In the recent years, he was instrumental, together with other chairpersons of Verulam and Lamesi Andhra Mahasabhas, to host joint Ugadi, Diwali and other festivals. As a result of his initiative, Verulam and Lamesi Andhra Sabhas have been hosting joint Ugadi celebrations. I believe this initiative is here to stay. These were absolutely memorable moments. The cherry on the top for late Uncle TC is the award he received from AMSA for his contributions to AMSA as a member of the Tonga Andhra Mahasabha. In memory of, on behalf of the President of AMSA, I'm skipping, sorry, I hope Lenny doesn't mind this, but the message will be sent to the family. On behalf of the President of AMSA, Mr. Chris Adari, branch Sabhas, Ramajan groups, and all of us, we offer our deepest condolences to the family. May his soul rest in peace. Right, I think I've covered quite a bit, and I'm going to apologize here to anyone who has sent me a speech or whatever. I haven't been able to cover it. It is all because of time. There are very strict time frames for COVID, and it makes it extremely difficult for us to give due regard, importance to every one of those speeches. But be aware, we are very, very conscious of your support for the family and whatever you have done. We thank you sincerely from the bottom of our heart. And during the last 3 years, I just want to mention this. We want to say thank, especially my mother-in-law, Kanta and Selvan and family, for all the support they gave my father-in-law, because He had a challenging last 3 years. And of course, Thatyah and Shagan are around. He always thinks of Shagan as one of his favorites, right? He won't put Shagan down, right? Pity Shagan. Thatyah is not there to shake your hands for all you did for him. He has had very high regard for you. In April 2021, this year, he insisted, well, started last year, December, that we celebrate his 90th birthday. So we all got together and went to Pennington. And we gave him what we would consider the party that he wanted. And he said to all of us, thank you very much, this is what I wanted. We made a huge poster, it's a pity you can't see it, and he calls that his legacy poster. He wanted this party, don't ask me what, he did it. He's not here now, but we're going to remember that party as one of those things that he wanted. And I want to tell you this, he did not want any one of us to pay. He insisted, even if somebody booked accommodation, he wants to pay them back. Send money to them. He says, this is my celebration and I want to do it. And he says, what am I going to do with my money? I can't take it away. I want to give it to you. And I want to do things that I love. And I think the temple knows that he gave, well, I think it was mentioned, 60,000 for his 60th anniversary. I mean, that's the kind of person he was. A kind and caring father and a dedicated husband. Right? And he loved Ma's cooking, he enjoyed it, and we must thank her for all the lovely food that she cooked for him over the years. And of course, all the family members, the sons, the daughters, the grandchildren, thank you very, very much. The part about the Maidstone Barracks has been covered. We have another one on Maidstone Barracks, but we did not do it, and I hope the Maidstone people are not upset with us about it. We don't have time. I'm going to now hand you over to the priest and the bhajan group to take us through to the end. Is that fine? My apologies for time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was wanting to do the house, sit around, do the house and here, we're offering the Agni, and if you were to sing, it would be classical speech. You could sing afterwards. Thank you ever so much. Okay. Take the first campus. Thank you. Om Samidhyabdum Devasya Ditya Bhutam Om Agni Devataye Swaha. Om Agni Devataye Swaha. Om Agni Devataye Swaha. These sticks are now these don't worry. Om, one time wait for me. Om Samidya Agdam Devasya Grite Bhuchara Titam Ashmanavya Jvatana Swaha Idam Agnaye Idam Nama. Second one. Om Sumat Susamjaye Shosya Gritam Tivram Juhatana Agnaye Jatvedase Swaha Idam Agnaye Davatvati Idam Namama. And third one. Om Tattva Samingra Girungra Grisri Vardimasi Virtya Choshaya Vishtaya Swaha Idam Agnaye Angrasi Idam Namama. Take the key, hold it, hold container in the center. Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Again. Om Indraye Swaha Idam Indraye Namama. No. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Namama. Om Somaye Swaha Idam Somaye Namama. Around 5. Om Ashmiyam Samarpyami Samarpyami Samarpyami. Om Akshir Jyoti Jyoti Agni Swaha. Om Ganeshaya Namaha Swaha. Om Surya Jyoti Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Suryaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bhumye Namaha Swaha. Om Budaya Namaha Swaha. Om Prajapataya Namaha Swaha. Om Shukraya Namaha Swaha. Om Rave Namaha Swaha. Om Ketve Namaha Swaha. Om Bhu Swaha. Om Bhuva Swaha. Om Swa Swaha. Om Maha Swaha. Om Janaha Swaha. Om Tapaha Swaha. Om Satyam Swaha. Om Anamante Namaha Swaha. Om Ram Bhaktaya Namaha Swaha. Om Lakshmi Mahalakshmi Namaha Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Varunye Namaha Swaha. Om Kuberaya Namaha Swaha. Om Brahmanye Namaha Swaha. Om Vishnuvaya Namaha Swaha. Om Rudraya Namaha Swaha. Om Durgeswaraya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Radha Radha Krishnaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Sitaramaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Balaramaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Saputkaya Darshanaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Saputkaya Lakshmanaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Saputkaya Satguranaya Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Satyanarayana Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Satyanarayana Namaha Swaha. Om Sri Sri Satyanarayana Namaha Swaha. Om Prithvi Daravaya Namaha Swaha. Om Surya Raghadevoya Namaha Swaha. Om Yama Namaha Swaha. Om Dharmarajaya Namaha Swaha. Om Gauri Pataya Namaha Swaha. Om Pranaya Namaha Swaha. Om Apanaya Namaha Swaha. Om Vainaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tattvayovarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyana Prachodayam Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tattvayovarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyana Prachodayam Swaha. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tattvayovarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyana Prachodayam Swaha. Om Padmaya Namaha Swaha. Om Shankapalaya Namaha Swaha. Om Purnadari Parapata Suparna Purapataya